Ever better. It's when disruption hits your supply chain, and Ryder makes you ever ready with end-to-end warehouse, transportation, and logistics solutions. Ever flexible through our e-commerce fulfillment network and last-mile delivery. Ever seeing with innovative technology that provides real-time visibility. Ever better is not a tagline, it's our standard. Discover how Ryder Supply Chain Solutions can make you ever better.
It's The Office's 16th birthday. To celebrate, Peacock's giving you every single episode free for an entire week. The Office Birthday Week, all 9 seasons, free, March 18th through the 24th. All episodes streaming now at peacocktv.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Bitcoin higher today, sitting just below the 60,000 mark. But Wall Street is warning about cryptocurrency's environmental impact. Kate Rooney now with the details. Hi, Kate. All right, let's step away from Kate and get the audio figured out there. We're going to explore the environmental impact, the power usage that is taken up by Bitcoin and mining for it. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Shield-level annuities from Bright House Financial can help provide your portfolio with a level of protection from market volatility and opportunities for growth, so you can feel some protection even when the market is uncertain. Bright House Financial, build for what's ahead.
Want to invest in Bitcoin? It's as easy as GBTC. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is the world's largest Bitcoin investment vehicle. Type GBTC into your brokerage account to invest in Bitcoin today.
I'm searching for info on options trading, and look, it feels like I'm just wasting time.
That's why TD Ameritrade designed a first-of-its-kind personalized education center. Their award-winning content is tailored to fit your investing goals and interests, and it learns with you. So as you become smarter, so do its recommendations.
So it's like my streaming service.
Well, except now you're binge learning.
See how you could become a smarter investor with a personalized education from TD Ameritrade. Visit tdameritrade.com/learn.
The At Work Summit is an opportunity to think strategically about the future.
March 30th, join Reid Hoffman and other game changers in innovation. Register now at cnbcevents.com.
Metastatic breast cancer is relentless, but I'm relentless every day. And having more days is possible with Verzenio, proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are pregnant or nursing.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
Gets better based on your input.
I am ready. Kate Rooney is ready. Let's go back to Kate on Bitcoin. Hi, Kate.
It seems like I was on mute, Tyler. That happens on Zoom all the time. But we're back. Bitcoin is seeing a lot more pushback on its carbon footprint, and that's causing a dilemma for some fund managers. On the one hand, crypto has seen a lot of price upside, but they also need to weigh demand for some more environmentally friendly investments. To create new Bitcoin, it takes an energy-intensive process called mining. So you can't do this on a laptop. It's done through high-powered computers. An estimated 65% of global mining is coming from China, and about a third comes from the coal-burning region of Xinjiang. That's an area in northern China. Analysts tell me that the energy it takes to mine Bitcoin has gone up with demand this year. And according to estimates from Digiconomist, Bitcoin's CO2 footprint is now bigger than entire countries. That includes Chile, Austria, and Bangladesh. Bill Gates is among those warning about the impact. Bank of America warned about it this week in a note to clients. And one analyst from BCA predicts that the energy issue could cause Bitcoin to, quote, lose most of its value over time. Institutional investors have been cited as a key driver of Bitcoin's 100% rally this year. Any drop-off in that demand could weigh on prices. The crypto industry, though, argues that a lot of this Bitcoin mining uses excess energy. Jack Dorsey is among those who have predicted that Bitcoin will eventually be powered completely by clean energy. Tyler.
So, Kate, let me ask you the question that hangs in the air about this. What about investing in companies that buy Bitcoin and hold them on their balance sheet, like Dorsey's Square, MicroStrategy, Tesla? Could Bitcoin investments then make it such that those funds that have ESG sort of goals can't go there?
That's right. It certainly muddies the water. Analysts that I've been talking to this week say companies that are otherwise pure play ESG investments, so if you think of Tesla, clean energy there, Square scores very high on diversity and ESG, their Bitcoin exposure might make fund managers think twice, but there's also no legal distinction. So it is very subjective. It's up to the fund managers, but it certainly complicates it. In that Bank of America note out this week, they also mentioned that it's not just environmental. They talk about some of the negatives that regulators have also worried about, including money laundering and other illicit activity.
All right, Kate Rooney, thank you very much. Meantime, let's get over to Rahel Solomon for a COVID update. Rahel.
Hi, Tyler. Hello, everyone. I am Rahel Solomon, and here's your CNBC COVID update at this hour. The White House expects the FDA to announce its decision on AstraZeneca's vaccine in the coming weeks. This as the administration defends the decision to ship doses of that vaccine to neighboring countries. Biden's coronavirus czar says that the action will not impact vaccine availability in the U.S. Bosnian hospitals and morgues are struggling to keep up with the most recent spike in infections and deaths. Morgues there are storing coffins in rows on their floors until they can be buried. Many in the nation's capital are comparing the scenes to the Bosnian War when Sarajevo was under siege. Idaho state lawmakers will not meet again until April 6th. That's after 5 members tested positive for COVID-19. The recess comes amid concerns that a highly contagious variant could be behind the outbreak. And House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy says that he tested positive for COVID-19 antibodies in December. He believes that he contracted an asymptomatic case a couple months prior. Now, despite having the antibodies, Republican leader says that he actually never tested positive for the virus and is now fully vaccinated. Siba, I'll send it back to you.
Rahel, thank you. And to the oil market we turn, where the energy market is closing for the day. Dom Chu at the CNBC Commodity Desk. Hi, Dom.
Bouncing back, Seema. That's what we're seeing. Green across the screen so far. WTI U.S.-based crude prices up 2.5%, $61.46. World ICE Brent crude futures $64.57, 2% upside there. Gasoline also bouncing back, and energy stocks up about 0.5%, one of the bigger gainers so far today. If you look at the crude picture overall, over the course of the past year, it's been a huge move to the upside. You can see there WTI crude, remember, negative prices at one point during the pandemic. We've just seen a little bit of a pullback here, still a very winning trade so far, coming off very low bases, by the way. And then take a look at some of the moves in other parts of that complex, specifically the energy stocks. This particular energy ETF over the last week has lost a lot with the slide in crude prices, seeing a bit of a bounce today. And, of course, those individual names, Tyler, that have been hit the hardest in the 5-day streak of selling that we've seen so far. Occidental Petroleum, Diamondback Energy, Hess, and Marathon Oil each up 6%, 4%, 2.5%, 2.5% overall. Those bouncing back big for sure. Tyler, I'll send things back over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Dom. Despite the sell-off this week, our next guest has a positive outlook for oil, believes the sector was overdue for a correction. Joining us now is our friend Halima Croft, RBC Capital Markets Global Head of Commodity Strategy and a CNBC contributor. Halima, welcome. Good to see you. You know, one would think with the reopening of the economy here in the United States, if not in more places around the world, eventually in 2021, that the demand side of the equation is looking firmer. What about the supply side and the Saudis being able to maintain their role and their control over OPEC and supply?
Well, Tyler, that's a great question. And really, I think it was the Saudis and their unilateral production cut in January that really gave this market a lot of momentum. And I think even with the concerns that we've seen about demand, with the lockdown restrictions in Europe, vaccine hesitancy, issues about potential softening in China with refinery maintenance, I think the key thing to keep in mind is Saudi Arabia seems committed right now to continuing to play the role of the central banker for oil. I think they're going to be very cautious about bringing back their extra 1 million barrels that's off the market. And the Saudi oil minister, His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz, keeps saying, he's going to be very, very cautious about bringing barrels back on the market. He remains concerned about vaccine hesitancy. He's not wanting to make any real sudden moves in this market. So I think we can expect the Saudis to continue to play that role in terms of keeping supply restrained.
It was just a year ago, I don't know if it was a year ago today or a year ago, a couple of days ago, or maybe next week, where oil went negative. It's now in the 60s. What do you see as the price band for oil between now and year end?
I mean, we are constructive on the oil market, particularly for the back half of the year. We're looking at, the recovery, particularly in the U.S., as more drivers get on the road, where we see the uptake of vaccines going well in the United States. Do we see a situation where, WTI can be in the 70s in the back half of the year? Absolutely. I mean, we think it's going to average around $66 in the back half of the year, but we certainly see, room for WTI and Brent to be in the 70s, in the back half of the year. We will be watching very carefully, what happens, though, with OPEC. I think a really interesting question is really what is the price band the White House is looking for right now in terms of the oil market? Because traditionally, particularly under President Trump, we would see calls made to OPEC when prices were to go into the 70s. The interesting question is, will they be making those calls now?
Yeah, and the former president has been critical of the idea that gas prices, as demand comes back, are going to be up pushing $4 this summer. Do you have a view on what the Biden White House might do? What kind of jawboning they might bring to the table?
Yeah, I just don't think that we're going to see President Biden using the power of diplomacy to really manage the oil market. He's really focused on accelerating the energy transition. I certainly think a call would be made to the Saudis if oil prices were seen as threatening global growth, or if the oil price was moving in such a direction that potentially was giving the Iranians more financial bandwidth to withstand sanctions. So I think those are the kind of calculations that would be made in terms of when the call would be made. I think, though, that call may not be coming at $75. I think the Biden White House may making that call, 85 to 100. So I do think that OPEC has more room to run when it comes to potential pressure from Washington to cap the upside.
Halima, always great to see you. Thank you for your answers today. Halima Croft, we appreciate it. Seema.
Let's go over to the bond market, Ty. Rick Santelli standing by as we look at yields retreating. Rick.
Yes, it's been a wild week. It's been a wild 6 weeks. Look at a two-day of 10s and 30s. What's notable, they couldn't quite get over yesterday's high yields, but if they close in territory where the yields have been higher than yesterday as they are now, both maturities will be up on the day and on the week. Look at what's going on a year-to-date of 10s and 30s. What you want to watch is February. Now, if we go to year-to-date of Boons, you notice how Boons didn't take out their end of February minus 23 high-yield close? That's key level to watch. Year-to-date of 10s and Boons, the spread of 201 basis points, 14-month wide. And finally, the dollar index overcame the Fed and closing up on the week. Seema, back to you.
Dollar at 91.93. Rick, thank you. Up next, solar stocks flying too close to the sun. The stocks had a huge run-up following the election, but down big over the past month. Our traders will discuss next.
The Bond Report is brought to you by PIMCO, a global leader in active fixed income.
Flex shares are carefully constructed to go beyond ordinary ETFs and strengthen client confidence in you. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Go to flexshares.com for a prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully.
I tried a laxative that's both gentle and fast.
Great tasting Dulcolac Soft Chews works naturally with the water in your body in as little as 30 minutes. Puts you comfortably in control. Dulcolac Soft Chews.
Every road you've never traveled. Every dress you've never worn. Every breath you've never taken. Every beat you've never felt. Every welcome you've never known. Welcome to a journey you've never imagined. Welcome to Arabia, Saudi.
Hi, I'm a new customer and I want your best new smartphone deal.
Well, I'm an existing customer and I'd like your best new smartphone deal.
Do you?
Actually, it's for both new and existing customers.
I feel silly, but I do want the fastest 5G network.
Oh, I want the fastest 5G network.
Are we actually doing this again?
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives everyone the same great deal, like the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free when you trade in.
In the Romo household,
we take things to the max. Oh, yeah. Honey, you still in bed?
Yep. Bye!
That's why we love Skechers Max Cushioning Footwear. They've maxed out the cushion for extreme comfort.
It's like walking on clouds.
Big comfy ones. Oh, yeah.
At C3.ai, we're solving previously unsolvable problems. Inventory optimization, predictive maintenance, anti-money laundering, operational readiness, precision healthcare, energy management. C3.ai is AI built to transform your business at its core. C3.ai, this is enterprise AI.
A digital world demands digital currencies. Unlock the potential of Bitcoin with Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, the world's largest Bitcoin investment vehicle. Go digital. Go Grayscale.
Get an edge. Invest like a pro. Access CNBC's live streams around the globe. Unparalleled access to CNBC experts. Actionable investor insight and ideas. Start your free trial today at cnbc.com/pro.
Welcome back to Power Lunch. Solar stocks rebounding today, but tracking for a losing week. The TAN Solar ETF down nearly 10% since Monday after its more than 280% rally over the past 12 months. The group cooling this week after Californian utilities proposed a change to a rooftop solar program that would charge customers a monthly fee. So is this hot group set for a deeper decline? Your Trading Nation team today is Craig Johnson of Piper Sandler, Daniel Shea of Simpler Trading. Danielle, we know this administration has made clean energy a big priority, but given the moves taken by certain states like California, is it time to lock in some of the gains here?
I think it all depends on your time frame. In the short-term time frame right here, the charts have shifted and they're definitely in a downwards pattern. With TAN in particular, you know, I can see it falling as low as about 70. But on a long-term basis, I love this area. I think in the next 5 to 10 years, this is an area that's going to continue to grow. And so for long-term investors who are looking for an entry place, I think it's a great spot to start looking.
Craig, you're tracking the charts. Is there a certain name here that really stands out to you? Strong balance sheet, and from a valuation perspective, also looks attractive.
Yeah, so I'm going to agree with Danielle on some of these things, but Seema, I got to step back and look at the big picture on this. Only 3 times going back over the last 30 years have I seen the 26-week price momentum in some of our work get as high as it is right now. And once we've seen those sort of high levels, it's rolled over. And the group has corrected for typically around 3 years before you find your next sustainable entry point. So from my perspective, Seema, I come back and I look at that TAN ETF from Invesco. We've broken the uptrend support line. We're trying to come back and find support at the 200-day moving average, which gets you to around 74, 75. So still meaningful downside from here. But where this group really, in this ETF really took off from was in the low 40s. So from my perspective, I'd be selling this relief rally at this point in time, not trying to buy it yet. It's too early.
All right, that's the solar ETF. Craig and Danielle, thank you for joining me today. And for more Trading Nation, head to our website. Tyler.
All right, Seema, up next, the NFL finalizing a new 10-year media rights deal with Amazon. We'll talk to the CEO of online sports network Overtime about what this could mean for the industry. Plus, as we head to break, the Dow remains negative, but check out tech stocks. Those are moving higher along with the NASDAQ. Look at Facebook up more than 4%. Power Lunch will be right back.
And now, the latest from tradingnation.cnbc.com and a word from our sponsor.
Every trader should accept that losses are part of the process. So in an effort to reduce your risk and define your max loss, consider using stop or trailing stop orders. This approach can help eliminate emotion from your decision-making and set you on the path to consistent trading. I'm Joanna Payne, and Schwab is the better place for traders.
You know that tech stock we talked about? I picked up 500 shares.
You get in at a good price?
Oh, yeah.
Schwab saved you how much?
With Schwab Order Execution Advantage, you get price improvement on 92% of orders and commission-free online trades.
I'll take care of this.
Are you getting complete price transparency? Expect more from your firm. Schwab, the better place for traders.
This is what it's like wearing regular shoes. No all-around support. And this is what it's like in Skechers' new Arch Fit footwear. It's all the comfort and support you need.
Refill, snacks, hot towel.
It's good to have support. Try Skechers Arch Fit, podiatrist-certified arch support.
Want to invest in Bitcoin? It's as easy as GBTC. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is the world's largest Bitcoin investment vehicle. Type GBTC into your brokerage account to invest in Bitcoin today.
If you're young and you got a whole lifetime of paychecks ahead of you, you can afford to take on a lot more risk, assuming you're comfortable with it. As you get older, you do need to be more cautious. It's just what life's about. Watch or listen.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless.
Because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are pregnant or nursing.
Every day matters.
And I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
95. Delivered free.
Welcome back. Amazon scoring a touchdown with the NFL. The NFL finalizing a new 11-year media rights deal with all of its existing partners late yesterday. And Amazon Prime Video will be the exclusive partner for its Thursday night football package. It's the first time a streaming service will carry a full package of games exclusively. And according to sources, Amazon is paying about $1 billion per year. The Amazon deal runs for 10 years and will begin in 2023.
And Seema, that deal raising questions about the future of sports viewing as college basketball's billion-dollar tournament gets underway. Our next guest runs a digital sports media company called Overtime that produces original content across Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, and TikTok. Overtime has some well-known backers, such as NBA stars Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony, as well as top VC firms, including Andreessen Horowitz and Graycroft Ventures. Dan Porter is the CEO and co-founder of Overtime. Ms. Porter, welcome. Good to have you with us. What do you broadcast or what do you stream? What kinds of events?
So Overtime is what I call the leading sports network for the next generation of sports fans. A lot of times when I run into people and they say, "What is Overtime? Have you heard of it?" I say, text take out your phone and text your kids and ask them if they know what it is. And if they're 16, 18, 21, they always do. We have 50 million followers across all platforms. We really kind of cut our teeth in high school basketball. Our specialty was kind of going into things that people thought were smaller markets than they were, and really programming explicitly for digital. But we're in basketball, we're in football, we're in video games. We're kind of in all the places where 75 million Gen Z love to watch and care about sports.
And you can carry your programming with you in the palm of your hand, as you would suggest. Are you advertising supported, subscription supported, or both?
So we're a mixture between e-commerce revenue. We really built a very strong community. People feel very passionately about overtime. And so e-commerce is a huge driver for us, including all kinds of overtime apparel. And then we work directly with brands, because I think there are a lot of brands that want to reach the next generation of sports fans that used to find them on television, don't find them on television anymore, and so they come to work with us.
A big deal in your space, as we just discussed, with Amazon and NFL. Dan, I want to get your thoughts on this deal and whether you think more streaming giants will be able to get access to live sports.
Yeah, I think it's super interesting for three reasons. One is, I don't know, what does this mean for the end of the kind of multi-cable bundle? I think that change is incremental, but it's in process. The second thing is that Amazon is a very interesting player because they don't make their money from streaming, right? They have massive other businesses. And when you look at all of the other media rights businesses that bid for this, they tend to be generating revenue almost explicitly from streaming. And I think the third thing is that Amazon knows a lot about me, right? They know a lot about their customers. They know that I buy dog food. I may never have to watch a sports game and see a cat food commercial again. And I'd say, as an asterisk, I think if you look at what Jeff Bezos did with the Washington Post and the pace of innovation that he pushed there, I think professional sports is an amazing thing. I often say when talking about overtime, it looks the same as when I watched it in the 70s and 80s as when I was a kid as it does now. And I think there's a lot of excitement in the space around innovation in both broadcast and calling the games and in every aspect of the game that I think is ultimately going to push the future of live sports forward at a rapid clip.
Have you had conversations with other streaming giants about your platform and the great usership that you have?
Well, you know, we've just launched this brand new league, OTE, Overtime Elite, which we call like a new sports league for the most talented young basketball players in the world. And I believe part of the reason that we've done that is because there's a huge need in the market. They're not being satisfied in the way that they're getting trained and being prepared for a pro career, but also because, yes, I want to be in the media rights business. I mean, it's a tremendous business. There is a shortage of live sporting events that have mass audience appeal, and it's become critical tentpole, whether you're streaming or a live television, broadcast network. And so that's absolutely a direction that we're heading.
The G League that the NBA sponsors is obviously already a threat to college basketball on the opening weekend of its biggest event. Will your league similarly be a threat to college basketball?
Here's what I would say. If you participate in our league and you're 16 or 17, we will pay you. People often say, well, are these kids giving up their eligibility? And I say, why is it about the young athletes in our league? Actually, it's the NCAA that's taking away their eligibility. And so I would love for them to play in our league and prepare for a pro career and be able to also play in the NCAA and in the tournament. But because we pay them for their work, there's some type of barrier there. So is it a threat? It's only a threat if the NCAA continues to expect athletes to be unpaid while generating billions of dollars of revenue. If we rectify that, then I don't think it's a threat. And I think we're going to be able to prepare athletes both for the NBA and the NCAA eventually as well.
Dan Porter, when we finish this, I'm going upstairs. I got two 15-year-old boys watching the NCAA. I'm going to ask them about about overtime. So
tell them I
they
said
better
shout
know,
out.
Dan.
Tell them
right,
I said
good.
shout out.
Nice to see you. Thank you for being with us. All right, good. Seema.
All right, stick around. We are going to get a final check on this market straight after this short break.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless.
because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are pregnant or nursing.
Every day matters.
And I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
If there is a goat lover and a yogi side to you, you no longer have any need to choose between the two. 1400 saw it and became spellbound, cause personalized ads help good ideas get found.
Dear MS, from day one, you've tried to define me.
But I never invited you in. It's my life.
And this is my journey.
I've found a way to do things differently with Ocrevus, an infusion treatment that's 2 times a year.
For adults with relapsing or primary progressive forms of multiple sclerosis, Ocrevus is proven effective in reducing relapses in RMS and slowing disability progression in RMS and PPMS.
Don't take Ocrevus if you've had a life-threatening allergic reaction to it or have hepatitis B. Tell your doctor about vaccinations or if you've had Hep B, as it could come back. A common side effect of Ocrevus is infusion reactions, and some may require hospitalization. It can increase your risk of infections, which can be serious and may decrease certain types of immunoglobulins. While PML was not reported in clinical trials, it could happen. An increased risk of cancer, including breast cancer, may exist.
Sorry, MS.
You don't get to control
every part of me.
MS can't own us.
Ask your doctor about 2 times a year Ocrevus.
Tonight, I'll be eating loaded tots for March Madness. Thanks, boo. I think you better double them tots. No, this me was last year. I didn't get my madness last year, so we're doing double the madness this year. You are a mess. Everybody was a mess. Whatever. You ready? I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. Double the madness!
All right, let's take a look at how we're going to finish the market week here, Seema. The industrials are off by about 1/3%. It was worse earlier after the Fed moved early this morning to take some sort of technical moves regarding the banks. That sort of took the wind out of the sales of stocks. But back they came, as you see there, except for the Dow, off just modestly.
And the bond market has been a big driver of the equity market. Tyler, yields off the highs of the week, but just the speed at which the 10-year yield has moved. We started this year at 0.9%, Tyler, now at just around 1.7%. So that will, of course, be a big focus for this market, Ty.
Have a great weekend, Seema. Great to be with you. We'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching Power Lunch. Sarah and Wilf are right along with Closing Bell.
Tyler and Seema, thank you both very much. Happy Friday. Welcome to Closing Bell. I'm Sarah Eisen along with Wilfred Frost. Dow's down 100 points. NASDAQ is up 1%. It's a flip of where we've been lately. Let's look at what's driving the action. Another leg higher in yields, putting a chill on sentiment. Although tech today is in the driver's seat. Facebook, chip stocks rallying. Cyclicals are lower for a change. We're also seeing momentum names rebound. Peloton, Zoom, Airbnb, all moving higher. And a push and pull in vaccine headlines. Acceleration in the U.S., but lockdowns abroad. Major indices set to end the week